Hey guys, welcome to another stream. Wow, I can actually see it in the analytics that Shu signed off. So, welcome to another stream. Working on the Ecto again tonight. Not sure if this one's going to run a full 2 hours. I was looking at it and it's all windows and doors. And I realized that where I thought the first door I did last week might have been the one that I got the email on. I went back through my email and verified it's actually issue 10 or not 109. It's issue 91 that has the passenger door on it. And the problem with the passenger door, the one they sent, is it's got a fitting for the side view mirror, which isn't canon because it wasn't in the movie. Can you guys can't hear me? According to the Yeti, I should be coming through loud and clear. Or maybe, hang on. How's that? Mike was pointed away from me. Okay. It's just Chris either needs to turn up his volume or has gone deaf. But, no, in issue 91 is the next, the passenger door. And I now know why I'm waiting on parts, because what they did was they screwed it up. They put a mirror fitting on there, which isn't supposed to be there. Don't care one way or the other, just give me my parts. But they issue so you had it turned down so you couldn't hear, she couldn't hear the porn and blamed it on me. Thanks, Chris. But no, the what I was saying is the door has a mirror fitting on it. It's not supposed to. I don't care. Just give me the stinking parts. Why I haven't gotten any parts since October, I'm pretty sure, is that because with issue 107, which is the next one they ship me, they send the replacement door. So that's neither here nor there tonight. On Sunday, the next time I do the Ecto, I will build that door and I'll adjust if when the time comes, because they're going to send me the door to replace the one that I build before I have to put the body together anyway. So it'll work out one way or the other. So in other news, I told you guys about a month ago that I was diagnosed diabetic. I went and saw my doctor today, and I get to have insulin shots. Yes! I guess I've abused my body too much over the last 57 years. But it is what it is. I will press on with pride and be happy and keep on going. Because my plan is to lose the 20 pounds that I'm still looking to lose. And I'm going to do my best, because it's a very low dose of insulin. I flat out asked her, so if I start taking insulin, I'm on it for the rest of my life, right? And she said, maybe, maybe not. It all depends. You know, I thought things were great because my insulin was dead in the middle of where it's supposed to be. But my blood sugar's high, and so with blood sugar high, my insulin's supposed to be high, and blah, 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 blah. In other words, my chemical factory is all screwed up. So, enough of that. Not looking for pity. It is what it is. Life goes on, and I'm going to outlive you all. At least I'm going to try. I have to. I've got all those models to build. So, let's see. Anything in the chat? Oh, yeah. There is one thing I forgot to do in the chat. So, let me run back up here to the top. Welcome, Kenny, to the stream. Welcome, Eric. Shu, welcome to the stream, even though I know you're now driving home. And Chris, who keeps wanting me to have Buckloop, sorry, over on Discord. Speaking of which, you make sure that nobody does a ping check on me. I'm surprised that didn't give me a ping. I just went to switch Discord to Do Not Disturb, but Chris threw up a 1/72nd scale submarine on Discord, and when the picture came up, it caught my eye. So let's see. Anybody else pop in here while I was over there? No, no. Everybody else. And what is new chat? So sorry. Years of junior enlisted getting on your nerves. No, Kenny, and welcome to the stream, Dan. We're talking about the fact that I have bad diabetes. I have it bad enough that I'm going to be taking insulin. It's not junior enlisted getting on my nerves, Kenny. It's years of bad living, lots of years of bad living. If, but at least it's diagnosed now, and we can now do something about it. My dad went on with lots of years of bad living and had his first heart attack at 64. I don't plan on having my first heart attack at 64. I don't plan on having a heart attack if I can avoid it. Doesn't turn the Discord. Found out that he doesn't turn the Discord notifications on his phone down. The thing is, all you got to do, either, because I've got the app up on the computer, I've got the app up on the phone. Either one of them, you go on the app, you hit the do not disturb. It makes no noise on anything anymore. I don't mute my phone. I just mute that. And usually, Kenny, I never notice it. It's in the right. It's the right tone that, unless I catch it because it pops out of the computer speakers, I don't hear it either. I'm deaf. Gotta forget. Don't forget. Well, not deaf so much as I have tinnitus. My world is never quiet. But this is not a pity party. This is a model show. So let me flip over to, should be, we'll go to this one first. That, she still does not fit and into the the screen, but she's getting there. And if I can get it to open, that's the door from last time. When it closes, it's got a gap up here. I don't really mind because it's an older car. It's gonna have gaps like that. It is. She's very huge. I love her. Wait till I do the London bus, which is a little bit it's a smaller scale, but she's a little bit bigger. Hey GB, welcome. You're just catching us going actually to the build. Is it gonna play nice? Actually, that's the thing. Oh, come on. OBS doesn't like to go to the this camera. Hang on. I may have to switch benches. That's what somebody said earlier. All these sound issues lately, yeah. Okay, let me try this. I'm going to delete that camera, and I'm going to add the camera back in. There we go. Don't know why, but what, I'm not, wait a minute. That's not the one I want. That's back over on the, technical difficulties. It was working good earlier. Try this one more time, then I'm going to just switch benches. No, not that one. Okay, let me go back over here. Sorry, I'm ignoring the chat right now while I try and figure out what's going on here. Why is it doing? It's almost like this thing is not plugged in. Let me double check that and make sure it is. Okay, it is. So because that camera should have gone away. No, it wasn't you. Mike is almost, I mean, it's almost blowing it out. And it's really odd because this one was working right earlier. Curiouser and curiouser. Just for giggles. Let me see one other thing I can try. Okay, let me. Loud and clear. She's a lot louder. Sounds fine. Just refreshed. Damn you, OBS. Better over here now. OBS unplugged my modem for 30 seconds. Leave it unplugged for 3 months. Cool. I only wish I could get my camera to work. Note to self: $10 camera might fail at a moment's notice. Let me try one other thing. I'm sorry. I apologize for the black screen right now, guys. What I'm doing is actually seeing if it works at all. It does work. It's OBS. Okay. Let me see. Other one is turned back on. Try keeping it. It was just a blank screen because one of my cameras is being stupid. It's identified. You know, I wonder, because I have seen this happen on OBS before. I bet you it's just off screen somewhere where I can't find it. Wait. Just saw up here in the corner there was a red block. I'll switch over to the other desk because this isn't getting anything done, which means I need to move this puppy. Ugh. That is one nice thing about having two tables, but it also means now I gotta move everything over to the other monitor. This one here. Yeah, Donnie, I've done that. I actually went further than that. I deleted it, unplugged it. Did I? Yeah, I unplugged it. I did everything. Now you can hear. Kenny does the videos and I'll do the voiceover. Nah, that's okay. We can work around it. It'd be like a kung fu movie. Yes, and welcome to the stream, Donnie. Did I miss anything? Yes, actually, GB, it is a stealth kit. You caught me. So, because this is not as good a camera, sorry if anybody got seasick right there, but I moved it as quick as I can. A little bit better. And let's put this right about there to block some of the. Now, there, that takes care of the glare. Nope, I can't get the Enterprise out. No parts. Okay. Love my little scissors. And I apologize if I get out of screen because I'm not used to working off of this table. I like that, Chris. What did Chris say? Oh, it'd be like a kung fu movie. Yes. Just like Uma Thurman in Kill Bill. We're gonna kill Bill. And of course, you know, as soon as I get off of OBS tonight to try to troubleshoot this thing, everything will work great. Maybe someday I'll bring back the Droid Cam. Maybe everything will work on it now. Okay, so finished off here on this one. Put the hinge on and the pin that keeps it from popping open, flying open all the time. Got the felt down here. There's the groove that runs up into the window runs up into. So this is the inside, and I almost just snapped off that little bitty piece there. And neither one of us are. Well, you got me there. And then these gears will crank it up and down.
that window there. Oh, that's right. These are very short stages, actually. So the first thing to do, actually it's not the first thing, it's the last thing to do. First thing to do is to drop this gear here, the smaller gear on top of it, onto this spot right here. And that is an HP. The HP screws, no, those are the UPs. The HPs are just regular screws. They do not have a flange on them. There it is. And you can see I've got my screwdriver set out, but I'm going to continue to use the screwdriver that came with the kit. Just tighten this down in here. Leaving it just loose enough to where it'll turn really well. Actually, nice reflection there. And then this part will go over top of it. There's a recess right there in the middle, or actually a hole in the middle to go onto the top of this piece right here, onto this peg. And it needs to line up, mesh up with the smaller gear on the one we just installed, so that they turn together. This one gets a UP screw, which has the flange on it that I was mentioning earlier. I believe they do, Chris. I am not positive whether they do or not, but I think they do. Let's see. I'm actually going to fix this. What I did last time, not realizing it, was I put the UP sticker on here upside down, so that I'm opening the door from the opposite side of what I'm used to. So I'm going to take this UP sticker and put it on the other side. Yeah, like I said, I actually... No, this one doesn't have the signboards. You're thinking the Ecto 1A.
Here's something I found on the web. According to tabletwise.com. So what are the traits of an 8?
Echo.
Assertive.
Shut up. That's why I say Ghostbusters. She's very insistent that she needs to help, but she never knows what she's talking about. I'm off screen. There, finally. Come back on screen. I grabbed the sticker. So there, that's on there, right? And somehow it's only during this video that she does that. That's why she has a woman's voice. Absolutely. So, full travel on here. Down, it's never going to go that far. It's going to go down to about here, because that will fit in this slot in the window. You know what, Donnie? Just to screw with you, I'm going to bring down my 1/350 scale CV65 and start working on it. And blade. because the CV65 actually, no, actually I don't. I was going to say I could bring down my CV6, but I have the B25s to make that into the Hornet instead. And I think it was the Hornet, the one for Doolittle's raid. So, and again, like last time, like every other door, at the top of these braces goes a little piece of felt. If I can get a hold of it and put it in place. One of these things about having old eyes, wearing glasses, and black felt on black plastic. It gets very hard to see it. I sound like an old man sometimes these days. Not sure what happened. You're right, it is the CVN65. But the it's the CV6 if you go to the previous one, I believe. Because I want the more historic one. I'm not going to go out and buy the aftermarket parts because there are parts that, there are some slight differences between the two ships. But I'm more going to build it as the for the Doolittle raid because of, or with all the B-25s on the deck. Very, very ballsy move, and we needed it at the time because the Japanese had really crushed our morale. If you don't behave yourself, Donnie, I will build tank treads. And you'll sit here and watch me build tank treads. You can ask Chris how exciting that is. Considering that it was the turning point for us against Japan for World War II, I think it's a little bit more, maybe not more, but it has some significant historic value. And this literally is all there was to do in stage 87. So stage 88, and see that's where these things, it goes back and forth. There's a lot to do, a lot of heavy duty parts, and then there's some not so heavy duty parts. So let me open this up. The first thing it's going to have me do nothing beats the Enterprise. Yorktown, okay. I don't know for sure. All I know is I have a whole bunch of B-25s to put on it. And it's been sitting upstairs or sitting in the stash for literally years. So there's two gears here that look very, very similar. This one has a flat spot, this one does not. Exactly, Dan. They not only thought that it was impossible, but I've read that at one point we flew more airplanes over Japan, towards the end of the war with Japan, that we flew more airplanes than they thought actually existed in the world. Alright, so that will go sit on that. It's not sitting. I've got it positioned over the hole. there's no post. The post is going to come from the window crank handle. This one, unlike the the one in the other door, fit in here relatively easy. I didn't have to do any sanding just now. You'd have seen it if I did. KM. Interesting. It's saying to use a KM screw even though it's going into plastic. UM, UP. I'm just checking to see that maybe it isn't a typo, because if there's no KMs in here. Nice door lock. If these weren't KMs, then it would have been a typo and it should be a KP. Enterprise was there too. Yes, it was. Enterprise damn near, and we're talking CV6 here, she damn near got sunk. I mean, we were losing that war initially, at least. Just double checking, making sure that it doesn't say anything, because there is a slight raised part on here. Doesn't show it in the initial picture, but the one next to it, after this is attached, you can see the raised area on here. Come on. She does not want to thread in. Why don't I just re-show what I did on Sunday? No! I could, but then you guys would be bored. Let me make sure. Almost feels like there might be just a hair too much play there. So that's that gear in place. And then this last gear drops in here between all of them. I'm just going to put that about like so. Let me put this KM screw away. You should have your own section at Petco. Yeah. Yes. Hello, Kelly. How's it going? Drive safe. Don't drive Kelly or Kenny's side of the car off the road. Although I know you want to sometimes. Cool. Wait, Eric, you're doing it wrong. I can't hear it, but I have Kenny there to be the interpreter. You're doing it wrong, Eric, if you got snow. Because right now, it is 65 degrees outside and a beautiful day. Matter of fact, I have a, I guess you would call it a kind of a southwest or more of a western exposure on this, on the sunroom. So this window right in front of me has the slats closed. Otherwise, I would be staring directly into the sun. Little spring snow. Cold? Wait, why is it cold there, Kenny? Are you doing it wrong too? Wow. Hang on. Trying to see which gears are catching. It's acting like an old Cadillac window would. It is sticking like nobody's business. I can't see which of the gears is causing the issue. So run it back and forth. And there's the problem. The handle is loose still. He'll be out there spreading wall mud on the snow. Yeah, it's definitely this gear is popping up. Let's see. That's cured most of it. Let me see. And again, I'm messing with something that I probably won't really use anyway. I think the handle might be just a hair up still. Hang on. Spit on it, bug. Cold we got here in Ohio last couple of days. Supposed to be 70 plus tomorrow. Strange to have snow in the north or Midway. It's now strange to have snow. It is strange to have. Oh, it's not strange. It is a little bit. Last year I was looking. Sorry, and I'm off camera. Last year's shoe. I was looking at pictures from last year. Last year I was throwing rock at this time, which means that I'd been out there long enough to pull all the weeds. $75 there on Thursday, just for giggles. Let me see what it says. $65. Yeah, we're dropping that back down into the 40s. But back into the 60s and up by the weekend. Well, I'll stop messing with that. Sorry for we're not accepting deliveries. Okay, I'm gonna stop messing with that, and if I have to, I'll play with it later. And again, I'm putting on purple gloves. Snow in May in Nebraska. That's okay for Nebraska. the window. No fingerprints on it. I thought it might have a curve, but it is dead flat. So drop it onto here. I'm just looking at all the cogs because something is not right. And it's more than just that. Let me put it on here when it's up here. That uses another UP. Oh no, sorry. Yeah, it is another UP screw. Not blue. Well, I guess they look blue. They're purple, actually. The light from the camera, or the image from the camera, makes them look blue, but they're actually purple. How's it going, Spence? And welcome to the channel, or welcome to the stream. Let's see if this will go on there decently. And I wonder if by putting the window on, it'll lift that arm up and maybe solve some of the issues. No, other way. Well, isn't that nice? I didn't see it till just now, and I'll show you guys the same thing. Just like a refit in a cell, yes. So I didn't see it until just now when the window didn't fit, and it felt funny every time I did it. There's an L right there, which is the left, which means it goes this way. So now when I crank it down, that was the issue I was just having, was it would not crank down because of that tab right there. Probably says something about that L in the instructions. Ah! Lost the screw. Didn't really lose it, it just went through the window. Try this again. It is not catching. This keeps up, there's going to have been vandals on this window, and it's going to be broken out. And I'm having issues getting the screw back off the glove. Okay. make sure it's got play. And it will go down and up. Good. So now take this. Can make it look like the one in Afterlife. No, I don't think I can make a door gunner. Or, yeah, the door gunner thing. But I do have a Lego kit that has that. So this has got to slide. Here, let me show you this. There's a tab here and a tab here. And it's got to go under those tabs and then on top of the rest of the window frame. It's almost like it's almost too wide to fit through the gap. There we go. Okay. And that's the window in place. It was. Afterlife was really good. Don't let, I will never let a model beat me like Kenny let a model beat him. As a matter of fact, let me get 2 IPs and 2 DM screws into this, and I'll show you guys something. And it's going to be, I'm picking on Kenny quite a bit when I do this. You guys will appreciate it, I'm sure. Because for this coming annual Kenny Can't Hang speed build at the end of the year, I've already picked out my kit. Just because it's a speed build doesn't mean that you can't plan ahead and figure out what you're going to do. Yes, the hand crank. Spider-Man, what was it? Was it No Way Home or Homecoming? I forget. Screw the 57 Chevy. Okay, so that's those 2 in, and then the DM screws, let me get them put in here. Quite a few of them actually. It's going into a junkyard dial. That's cool. Cool. I forget what you were going to do for yours, Eric. You guys know that last year, or any of you that were around for the group build, know that last year I built an A380. 1/44 scale start to scratch and finished it in 6 days. Rather proud of myself with that. So this year, I'm going to try and top myself, and not by trying to do 2 models at once. We will not mention Kaylin's name. Oh, sorry. For the group build. But, reason I'm poking fun at Kenny is that he did the kit, kind of, that I'm going to do. Just a single colored version of it. Does everybody remember Kenny's 32 Ford? This is what I'm doing for the speed build. Lucky to get the parts out of the box in time. That sucks. Cool. Yeah, and doing this for the speed build. It does have the Coca-Cola decals. I'm going to do the two-tone, and I'm thinking about just going that one little further step and lighting up the headlights and the taillights. Just so I can say I could do it. Okay, so now I need to pull cable 60H out of the car, which is actually over here to my left. I hope it tells me what the letter is on it. 60H, it does not say. Marked with a V. Actually 66H with a V. From the PCB. Okay. Yeah, the car is sitting over here with just a whole bunch of spaghetti on it. Probably could have pulled this earlier, but where would the fun be in that? I think. Thought I saw it there. There it is. And the reason they did the switches and the wires the way they did, if you guys remember, it was so I could do a light test. So here's the switch and the wire. Like I said, it's marked with a V. Double check that. 66H, cable marked with a V. Bend the wires on the switch is shown. Yeah. Oh, so I need to move a lot of stuff because I got to bring the car back over. Or not the car, but the body. Because this is the switch for the door lights for this door. I thought you'd like that, Kenny. All right. And of course, I dropped the switch on the floor. Oh, this? That's cool. I don't even know where we got that. We used to have, though, I think, like 3 or 4 of them. Okay, it's got me doing it on the side here. Oof. One-handed sucks. Oh, nice. Oh, okay. I thought it was already scratching the paint there. Move the switch. Hang on, guys, while I figure out what I just did with that stupid switch. It can't be far. It's a wire. You know, I just misplaced that wire and switch because it's so colorful that it was blending in with the screwdriver set. There. Bracing it up against a hobby stand. And right here is where I'm working anyway. So this switch, just, okay. Switch goes in here. No, it's going to go the other way. It shows it in here like this. That doesn't seem right. I'm looking at the book, guys, to make sure. Okay, so that hole is there. That goes folded over like that. That's what they're talking about. So there's a hole. Sorry, guys. Don't mean to be off camera. So there's a hole right here that goes all the way, goes through the panel. That's what was throwing me off. This hole in the switch itself has to go on this side. And it said to bend the wires. I'm like, bend the wires? That doesn't really make any sense. But see, when it's that direction, I can then push it down. The wires go go down through there to where they're now sticking inside of the car. And they pull right back up through this slot and then go up here around like that, if I can get them to stay. So once that's there like that, I need that bracket and 2 DM screws. In other words, I need a 4th hand. Yes, I think that's what we actually got them for originally too. Like, throw the other switch. So, well, and that's the thing, is we don't use those bowls, and I think my wife was getting rid of them, and she was like, do you have anything you can use this for? I'm like, yeah. Okay, so that, and I'm off camera. This little plastic piece here has a tab on this bottom. Tab goes down and holds the back of the switch in place. Not sure if that's going to work very well. Let me set this against something. Let me get the DM screws. So I can see if I can figure this out. So I've got 2 screws. I know I'm off camera, guys. As soon as I get this threaded, I will bring it back. Okay, there's something that's going to come down into that gap. There's got to be. Otherwise, this switch is not going to make any sense whatsoever. Come on. There's my squeaky skin again. Come on. I can feel the chassis flexing actually when I'm putting the screws in. I just looked over at the door, and my concerns with whether the switch was going to engage or not, I no longer have them. Make sure this one's tight. Okay. So, let me pick it up. Right here is where I put the switch in. And the switch itself is in this groove. And when the door shuts, so that to turn off the light, this slot is going to pop into that groove. I do stream World of Wind, but I'm like many months behind on it. You know, I watch his stuff, but I watch it for entertainment, not to tell me how to do it. Because like this next piece, this is a piece of cake. So there's a spot right here. This piece right here closes off the rest of the door, and again has that funky striker plate looking part that the other one did, because that's actually, I believe, well, that, and is there a pin? There is. Okay, that's where the pin is going to hit. Hang on. Right there at the end of my thumb, there's a indent there, and that's where the pin's going to lock into. It had been so long since I'd done this, I didn't remember that. I didn't remember there was a pin on the door. Drops a screw on the floor. Just put the screw on here. Bit because it's not going in correctly. I'm going to lay it down to do this. Yes. If this one kicked my ass, I would stop doing them, because this is not a very hard one to do. So, there's the screw that I just put in. After the Millennium Falcon, the R2-D2, this one's actually pretty easy. And 2 UM screws are the last parts for this. They are very long screws. They're going to hold the door hinge together, or hold the door hinge to the body. Okay, roll it on over. I'm actually on the right side of the car this time to see what I'm doing. So the 2 pins, move the car down, these 2 pins are going to made up here, and there's screw holes through this beam here. So I may have to turn it up on its side to get this to go in there. Or I may just have to get that door out of the way. That's part of the reason those screws are so long, so that it will grab. I'm pretty sure, so that it'll grab the part. So I'm going to pop that screw in there and hopefully be able to snag the top one. I feel it. Nope. Okay. Pull the window down. So I can actually grab a hold of the door. Screw's still in there. Okay, that's got it in there. This is going to get interesting when on the other side, when I'm trying to work around the doors that I'm installing right now, because right now I'm going through the driver's side or the passenger side door itself. The front passenger side door is where I'm putting my arm through to get this in here. Come on, get in there. Okay. That one's tight. That one's tight. Did I grab the rag? Ooh, not a good way to pick up the car. Note to self, do not pick up the car by a door. Probably rip that sucker right off. Feels, or it looks like, it needs to be adjusted a little bit because the top does not, yeah, the top is not all the way in. Sure it will. It just did. Ye of little faith, shoe. The bottom one's out a little bit still too. Since I'm no longer messing with the glass, I can take off the glove. I'm actually reaching in through the lift hatch. Or actually, it's not a lift hatch. going in through the rear door of the car to tighten these down. I'm actually pretty impressed with the way they did these doors. They're better than the DeLorean doors, which require blocks to hold it open. The gull wing doors on the DeLorean do work, but not worth a crap. Because and I understand that they couldn't really design it to have the hydraulics to hold the door up. Ah. Well, I got all excited, and that's going to make things interesting. So I just put the door on, and I'm not taking it back off. They sell sandwiches down at Petco? So, put the door in, got all excited, or got the door together, got all excited, and I forgot to put the trim in or the door lock. Oh no. Oh no. I did get all excited. I forgot the door handle. That's supposed to go right there. It's supposed to have a screw that holds it in. Let's see. Yeah. And so since I did something stupid, more than one actually. Oh, come on. Okay. I don't want to put fingerprints on the window, but I also don't want to fog the window by getting super glue too close to it. Now, so this door handle piece, which is supposed to be screwed in, is going to be glued. It doesn't really matter whether it's screwed in or glued, it's just because it's an immobile piece. I just skipped 2 steps and completely, that's all. It's allowed. Hang on. Is that 1040 or olive oil? It's probably 1040. Unless you actually specifically ask for olive oil, I don't think you can get it. You get it over here. Could be motor oil. Well, there you go. You're shopping at the wrong place if they're putting motor oil on your sandwiches. So I'm just going to dip this in glue. Very gently put glue all over the inside of the car. Or just pop it in there like that. And now that that's in there, right here, nobody will ever be the wiser except for everybody who watches it on who watches this on my channel. So very few people. Of course, don't be me, I use the cheap ass glue, which is going to take a second. I even looked specifically at this handle and said, don't forget to leave that handle where you can get these two trim pieces on. Fortunately, these are just one piece and they're the same. So similar to the ones from Sunday, they're just going to pop in here. The only problem is seeing the holes. Now I could, like a smart man, take the door back off. But then I'd have to put the door back on. And that was a pain in the butt the first time. You know what? There's an easier way. Oh. Yeah. Lay it on the side, see if I can snap the mirror off. These are not wanting to go into the holes. I thought I actually had snapped something off when the car shifted like that. I did take a little bit of that pin off. Come on. And they've rolled it all the way over. So right now my problem is I can't see the holes. And catching up. Make Kenny buy you a sandwich. Wasn't Poppy the other half of olive oil? Yes, she was. Or yes, he was. Going for sure, Chris. Once again, no sandwich, so I have to eat salad. Salad's not so bad sometimes. But it appears that Shoo is ending up eating it every night now because Kenny won't buy him a sandwich. Sorry guys, stepping away from the desk. Get my headlight so I can see what I'm looking at. This has definitely got to go on this end. That one's in. That one's in. That one's in. Better. Just shed some light on it. And that one's in. Yeah. Tons of salad oil, salad dressing, and bacon bits. Works every time. Come on. There we go. So I think they had it wrong. I think that's actually how you're supposed to do it. And roll this puppy over again. Try not to break any of the lights, or not lights, but the cables. Cool. I actually had something interesting that we came across in Sam's Club. They're pretty good. We bought them 3 or 4 times now. They're called Reuben Bites. It's like a Reuben sandwich nugget, I guess is the best way to call it. That whole flat side is on the bottom. This one actually feels like it's going in a lot easier than the one on the front door. Okay. So you guys saw the trim on the inside. There's the door lock I just put on. And even though I forgot to do parts, all is good. Let me put a few screws away. Ah, clever. This is the first set of UM screws that I've gotten. BLT without the bread. That sounds good. Put lots of bacon in my salad and throw the rest away. That's funny. No tomatoes in my salad, only on my sandwich. French dip is a good sandwich too. But my favorite is still a Reuben. The marbled rye, the sauerkraut, the Thousand Island dressing. Wow. It looks like I burnt my thumb. I don't know on what. I mean, look at that. Unless it might be from the super glue, but I don't think it is. No, it's not super glue. It's not peeling off. You've never had a Reuben. Wow, Kenny. You need to go find yourself a deli and get a Reuben. It's corned beef on a marbled rye with sauerkraut and Thousand Island dressing on it. And I think provolone cheese. I'm not positive about the cheese, but it is yummy. So that is the end of stage 88. Oh, cool. Some stuff I ordered from Amazon just came. One of these days I'll have to put that sticker on, or maybe I'll have a Ghostbuster car without a ghost on it. Roast beef is good. Just for giggles, I just want to take a look and see if I can find my mouse. Nope. That camera has gone completely retarded. So this stage is all about this trim piece that slides or attaches right here. I believe the window goes behind it, which the window is the next stage. Let me see, how am I going to do this? Because I need this space from the car. Yeah. So there are more of these corrugated trim pieces. Is there only 3? Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So it says to take this long one first, and before I try and bend it, or before I take the glue off, or the paper covering the glue off, I'm going to bend it around this curve here. I just found out that it is sharp. I actually cut myself a little bit. So let me gently massage it to where I think it's going to be good. Hang on. Not a French dip. French dip is actually pretty good too. No, and Amazon will not deliver hemorrhoid cream because I had that taken care of a few years ago. Okay. Just was reading through the chat. So, you pull this. And I think to make it simpler, because I want the longer piece to be correct, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start here in the corner. Probably says in the instructions to start on the other end. And I'm going to not let this thing stick the way it's trying to. Okay. The way I got it up without bending it is I'm pulling away, not up. Very gently work it down into that track. And this end piece is where it's going to be interesting because it curves 2 different directions at the same time. It curves around and also up and over. Very close to being in there right. And there's a piece that's going to go on here in a second, but until this is completely stuck down permanently, I'm holding it like that with that clamp. This should be the front. Oh yeah. Peeling this part off. And I'm watching the chat just to let you guys know. Kenny just had some chocolate truffles. So line these up as best I can, push it down, drop the clamp off, there's that corner. That corner is actually sitting down pretty well. Right at the very top edge is where it's not playing nice. I may end up going back with super glue there, and at some point. slide this one on here. Yeah, right here. It is raised up just a hair. That's going to be a spot where you probably use a glue looper to put some super glue in there and then clamp it. Although if I'm going to do that, I need to do that now, because otherwise the window will be on the body and I won't be able to put anything in there. There it is. And this time I'm using the the Loctite super glue. Earlier I used the cheap stuff, which takes a little while to bond. Hold that with my thumbnail for a minute or so. So let me see. I think I'll have to put some steaks on, put some steaks on the grill. Good. Sounds yummy. Give them to give them to Eric. He'll grill them. It doesn't matter what the weather is. Eric will grill. It's not quite holding yet. Just let that set. And let me get the last pack for tonight. Stage 90. And I threw away my glove. I shouldn't have. But I've got something close by. Shouldn't be yakking about food in front of... Why not? Yak about food all you want. See, the thing is, I have diabetes. I'm not dead yet. PP and MV. Pulled pork. See, everything you guys are mentioning is meat. It's not sugar. Sugar's the enemy. And I've actually cut back on sugar over the last couple of years anyway. Apparently just not enough. My body's just saying, you've abused me enough, man. I'm fighting back. So these are BM screws. They're going to help hold this part in place. AP and VP. 40 different kinds of screws on this car. I don't know, but I think it's a little excessive. Fat over sugar, exactly. See, and that's the thing. Andrea makes a pretty good pulled pork. She does it in the oven. She sears it, and then she pops it in the oven for about. Well, actually, she used to do it in the oven. Now she does it in We have one of those Ninja cookers. She does a lot in those. She loves them. Dr. Pepper barbecue sauce. That sounds good. So hopefully it's not staying down completely, but it is glued. I'm probably not going to worry about it. I mean, I have to get right up on top of it. You can see it just a hair there. I expect these are going to peel eventually anyway. So the first thing it has me do is take this last piece of the metal trim and put it right here. And this tape is very sticky. Once it's on, it doesn't want to come off. Let me double check. Yeah. Goes on like so. Let me set this out of the way now because I've got to bring the car back. Yes, Ninja is awesome. I mean, we've actually got a spare in case this one ever breaks. I'll tell you what, Shu, when you get the Ninja, you love your air fryer. A Ninja is an air fryer. You can use it for an air fryer. It's just that it's a lot hotter and a lot faster. So here's the car. Set the windows up here for right now. Grab a purple glove. Place the left window frame. Actually, okay. Let me see if I can do this to where you guys can see a little bit. That's probably about the best she's going to get. The Ninja is a little bit more extensive than an air fryer. It is, or than a pressure cooker. It does pressure cook, but it is so much more. Well, now you don't have to worry about that sandwich, do you, Shu? If you're seasick. So it sets in there like that. And that one sets in there like that. And somehow I have to keep both of those in place while doing the while putting the trim on the outside. Don't need that. So I'm going to see if I can outsmart it a little bit. Put a piece of tape on the inside here. Somebody locked the car door. I couldn't get in. Come on. Set that piece in there. Do the same thing on the back. And grab both windows. You can still eat. Okay, must not be that sick. Because I remember the one time that I got seasick. Ow! Damn it! That hurt. I didn't need that knee. I remember the one time I got seasick. We were going on the Alaska Marine Highway. We hit Ketchikan after hitting open water at night. When we hit open water during the day, it was great. I was a stupid kid, had a blast, the waves and everything else. Everybody else, you know, the adults were like stupid kids. I thought it was great. When we hit open water at night, when I was asleep, I woke up in the morning and I wished I could die. I felt like I had to get better to die because I was so bad seasick. Missed out on all of Ketchikan. So did my mom because she was taking care of. Well, she didn't because we were on the bus. But I was suffering. So I know what seasick's like. So now there's some. What does this say? Okay, 3 of the VM screws go in at the bottom. So there's a spot here, here, and here for these 3 lugs. This one here, here, and here. So they're going to sit down inside there and hold the glass. It's actually going to stay in place until I say that. Now it's going to pop out and shoot across the room. Where did I put the screwdriver? There it is. I need 3 out of the 4 of the screws. Wow. Now, actually, I'm pretty good with motion sickness. It was just that one time, you know, like airplanes and things like that, no issues whatsoever. Just that one time, I was like 8 when I got seasick. I think that's my problem, is I've always been really healthy throughout my life, and so aches and pains and things, I just keep going, don't let them bother me. That's tight. And rolling 60s on Christmas. So by rolling 60s, do you mean 60-foot waves, Shu? I think that would make me seasick and scared to death. But of course, you are a coastie. So you're a little bit insane. So let me throw that over that side, pull this over here, and see if I can flip it up on that side without breaking anything. Like I just thumped it a little bit. There we go. Oh, and let me roll this back. That's how it looks on the side. This top part is still popping out because it's not screwed in. And on the top, two VPs and 3 APs. Just because of where they're located, I think I'm going to do the APs first. So an AP goes here, here, and here. The VPs go here and here. "60-foot waves that roll." That sounds scary as hell and actually kind of fun. There's one. I should be able to take this tape out. Probably this one as well. It was cool the first few days. So there's like 100 ninjas for sale. That one as well. Some AP there and there. Let me hit this one first because I can see where this one goes. I think I can see where this one goes. There we go. It wasn't until I felt it pushing back on the other side of the plastic that I could tell I was actually hitting the hole. And of course it flipped over on its side and didn't want to play nice. Nope. That's a little bit less. I apologize, guys. I have got to take a real quick break. You know me when I hit about 2 hours. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. I need to read the ribbing that's in the chat because I'm sure there is some. Let's see. Forced him to get an ice cream cone. Those look more like 30-footers. Oh, from Spence's clip. I didn't look at it yet. Quick, move the Ecto and put the Enterprise there while he's gone. We have wee pads. I'm not peeing on the floor. Now, it's one of these things, it's a symptom also of the diabetes. I think I think what it is the body is going through fluid trying to get rid of the sugar as fast as it can. It's just that the insulin helps it. So let me get this last screw in here. And no, I didn't forget the two in the front in case anybody's curious. And actually, if I had the mic on the camera turned on, you guys would hear me really good because my head is literally right next to the microphone. Come on. Catch you, bitch. Sorry, did I say that out loud? I apologize. Okay, that's got that one. Two more to go. I shouldn't be using the camera mic. Hang on. Well, I'll be dipped in bacon grease. Huh. There's the problem. That's why the audio has been funky tonight, and why the come on. Bet you the other camera will work now too. Because in actuality, I just looked at it and the Yeti Nano was not available. So let me see now what happens. Back to the Yeti Nano just because. Let me switch over to the other camera. Okay, it's not playing nice. I did not know that Logitech did an update, which is what I'm sure is what is screwing with my cameras. Damn it, I said media source, I didn't do. Video capture device. No, that's not the one I want. That is. So. And now that one's not going to play nice. Damn it. Okay, let me, for right now, delete this camera. Actually, instead of deleting the camera, let's see if I can set it back over there to the Logitech. Yeah, it's not playing nice right now, but this should be able to get me back to My scenes are all screwed up. I have some work to do in OBS, guys. Okay, let me look at the chat while you guys are probably saying things. Yes, I was using the camera mic. It wasn't supposed to be. Chris has been vindicated. Don't go tipping myself. Nope. Kenny is in love with that deep voice. That deep voice is just a hoarse voice. Same problem Kenny was having. Yeah, and I don't know how. I broke it more, but I fixed it. So let me go back and finish this because this is the last part of the build for tonight. There are 2 more screws to put in here. I'll flip them over and show you what we did tonight. OBS is getting really, really weird. And I understand Kaylin uses Streamlabs, but I think you need, along with Streamlabs, you need something like OBS. Yeah. That side. And see, actually, guys, my problem tonight is that Phoenix isn't here. He's been stopping me from making mistakes while I'm building this thing. He's like, no, don't do that. Kind of like when a certain person did a live stream of his first build on a board. I'm putting that in the wrong hole. I am indeed putting that in the wrong hole. I want to. Somebody better say that's what she said. Okay. Done. wait, hang on. Oh, nothing is so broken that it can't be broken more by trying to fix it. Don't be like Kaylin. Just don't. I know. If it ain't broke, fix it till it is. Absolutely, that's the Motor Pool's motto, I believe. There he is. Where? Who's? I get the impression that either Phoenix or Kaylin just showed up. But I don't see them in the chat. You'd better do another one soon, like tomorrow. Eric does it. Okay, so caught up with the chat. So finished this door, which does work. It's just the spring on this door is extremely tight, and then put this window in. Car is getting there. It's huge, it's heavy, and it's going to be a hell of a display piece. You brought up Eric and he appeared. Eric's been here. Okay, so let me pull the chat back over here, video over here. I don't know why. Oh, I do know why. It looks so dark. It's like, it looks so dark. Wow. Is that actually... Oh, it's the cable. So it looked like a mark on the roof of the car. No, Eric was here at the beginning. Okay, so we flip over here. At least this camera still works. This is my old faithful. This camera is like 7 years old and works almost every time. So like I said, and I'm sure the camera, because now that I'm no longer using the 922 audio, the other camera should work like it's supposed to. No creeping. But no, I got a lot done. The car is coming along fantastically. Next time I stream, we will be working on a door that may eventually be replaced. Goofy Cam has to work, absolutely. Who would have thought? Yeah, when we used the mic, I don't know how it got switched over. Probably, like I said, Logitech did an update. Maybe I'll buy another generic camera. It'll be a fantastic camera, and I just won't use the 922 anymore because the 615, sorry, so I do it twice more. The 615, which is what I'm on right now, enough that the new Logitech software can't even detect it. Doesn't understand it's there. The 922, the Logitech software tries to help, but it doesn't. It's not designed really for this type of use. It's designed for meetings and stuff where you don't really care what people look like. The generic cam up here works like a champ. I need to get another generic cam. Thanks, Kenny. Did I just So, appreciate you guys stopping by. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Like and subscribe if you did. If this is the first time you've been here, I do this all the time. Next show for the Ecto one should be Sunday, and look for Eric and I at 8 o'clock Central Time on Friday doing a stream as well. Thanks for, like I said, thanks for stopping by. Have a great evening. Have a great day tomorrow, and I will talk to you later.